Oh, okay.
Hello, this is Albi and Thanatos.
Hello.
Back for game 2 of the Hello Dota 2 tournament.
Wow, how exciting.
I'm excited to see SP again. Yep, so this time it is between, well, second round between SP and RAWR means I love you.
Yeah. Just quickly, for those who are interested, the format is a 16-team single elimination tournament, all best of ones except for the final, which will be a tense and dramatic best of 3.
Holy shit, I'm so ready. My body's so ready at 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay.
It's getting towards 5 now.
It is.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Man, I'm starting to lose track of most things, including time.
More Pepsi and more coffee will help this. Oh my god, the new Vanomancer model got chosen.
Woo,
oh,
fancy.
Get excited.
I'm
Get excited. If you weren't already, now you are. There it is.
SP banning out Pugner and OD again. Don't know. It's maybe it's just their bedbug here. Maybe they just really don't like Pugner and OD.
And it seems they really do like Elder Titan because he's their first pick once again.
Yeah, I still think Elder Titan's a great hero. I'm not quite sure why he's fallen off a little bit. They're taking the Zard.
Like exactly the same draft they were trying to do last time.
I think the Zard and E team might have been on different teams last time.
Oh, really? True. Yes, you're quite right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. But still, very strong hero being picked up for SP here.
Look at that Venomancer though, eh?
I know. So fancy.
I want to get some cosmetics on that. I want to make like a purple underbelly, like a.
Oh, it already has a purple underbelly.
No,
it
like a different color of purple.
Different shade of purple. You would be a great designer of cosmetics. That's exactly what Gaben wants.
Gaben, please.
I'm not even being sarcastic. That is pretty much the extent of most cosmetics. A different shade of purple would look amazing on this Venomancer. What rarity? Oh, mythical at least.
We've done it. Please.
Is it noticeable? Just barely. Perfect.
Give me money. Hey, is it noticeable a random slightly different shade of purple? It's practically a Spectre cosmetic.
Yeah.
Every Spectre cosmetic.
More purple blob in my purple blob.
Yeah, and I don't see why Venomancer can't be just the same.
Yeah, more yellow and purple blob. Well, it's not even a blob anymore. It used to be kind of a blob of a banana, kind of low poly count creature, but now that's detailed.
Oh yeah, it's got textures and effort's been put into that.
Yeah.
What about like slightly different eyes? Do you reckon completely imperceptible eyes that don't make any difference for the entire game? I think that could be a mythical.
Yeah, I think that changing up the ward color, make it purple and yellow, that'd be cool.
Ooh,
have they redesigned the ward or not?
I don't know. I haven't actually seen a new ward.
You know, neither have I. I imagine that the Plague Ward's still going to be like that shitty low poly count banana that it's like a copy of the old Venomancer model. They really should have updated that as well. But
yeah,
we'll see.
Expect so.
We'll see if they did.
Of the word poly count.
Yeah, I know. It sounds sophisticated and stuff.
I know, but it makes me scared and terrified at 4:30 in the morning.
Well, to make you less terrified, look at that happy little dinosaur that is the icon of RAWR means I love you.
That is really nice. But still, they didn't manage to get him a nice acronym. I was a big fan of Lincolns over Vanguard every time.
So good. If you want to see some Lincolns over Vanguard action, tune in for the Sunday Evening Cup series on twitch.tv/A1BY on Sunday evening, as you would imagine. But maybe we should get back to analysing these picks and bans. Weaver being banned out by SP along with the Bat Rider, and Timbersaw being banned out by RAWR, and picking up the clockwork there. Putting up the Darkseer as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's still really just early on. I don't think there's a whole lot being revealed for me beside, I suppose, Lich, Crystal Maiden, Darkseer, they all tend to get a decent amount of damage done in big team fights, but not wanting the other team to have team fights can still mean a million things, so it's going to be difficult to say what they're going for still. I know you said we should get back to the draft, but let's keep plugging. For those who are interested, that Sunday Evening Cup Series is on at about Monday 9 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. Big plugs.
Yeah, we are in Australia. Times are all fucked up over here. But yeah, like those bans, all kind of AoE heroes. You don't, like, if your team is close together, you wouldn't want those heroes getting in you. Timbersaw certainly, Crystal Maiden to some extent, Lich with the Chain Frost, absolutely. And Darkseer with the walls and Vacuum. So, I don't know, Clockwork doesn't really like that because he does like to be in the middle of fights. Maybe we'll see some big melee heroes coming out from RAWR. Not sure.
Could be that new funny looking lifestealer that looks kind of like a warlock we saw pick last game.
Yeah, last game, who was it? D over L wanted, like, lifestealer was the pick. They wanted it.
That's the pick they wanted.
They wanted it. They, in their hearts, they wanted it. But they chose this like new lifestealer with a warlock skin.
Yep.
That dropped golems and got aghanims.
Yeah.
And didn't work out well.
It was a really funny bug, and I think it ended up, costing them quite a lot in the gameplay.
Yeah, they sent it solo safe lane, and it just, the farm didn't do a whole lot for it.
No, not really. But I suppose having hopped on about that warlock pick all last game, starting off this game with a little more, probably about time to let that go.
Yeah, probably is, probably. And a Tinker being picked up, I'm excited to see a Tinker.
I love a good Tinker.
Yeah, always good to watch. Pretty exciting. Blinking and slamming Tinker, firing in those March machines everywhere. Split push is so strong, and also the nukes in the early game especially.
Yeah, I want to see how the Tinker wants to build. I'm always interested. Tinkers, do you go one level in laser? Do you max out laser? What about rockets? March for machine? When do you get more rearm? I think it's possibly the most interesting hero to see the way it's skilled up there with Invoker.
Yep, absolutely, yeah. When you get that March of Machines, I think it's quite interesting. Some people save it exclusively for the split push, but it can be a real pain to push into early game. I'm not sure if SP will go for any pushing heroes. I don't think that they did last game. But that TA that they picked up was able to destroy towers.
Oh yeah, Phasmo was just...
Oh, well, there is the Lifestealer.
Doesn't that feel good?
Yeah.
Doesn't that feel good, SP?
Oh, and the instant Bane pick.
Doesn't that feel bad?
Oh, why did they not ban it out instead of that OD? Or instead of, pretty much any of their bans. Instead of that Pugner, instead of that Weaver. Yeah. They should have left it till a little later in the draft, I think, and banned out a couple of those real lifestealer counters, in Razor and Bane particularly. Bane probably more than anyone.
10 seconds to go.
I'm just in love with Bane. I think Bane is a really underrated hero. You get Enfeeble, twice maybe on the mid lane. You just win the mid lane. It's over. There's nothing you can do about it. If I played a Shadow Fiend against a Bane, I nearly killed myself. It's literally the most painful, frustrating...
Have them Enfeeble. Try getting souls now.
Spitting chips, and now Storm Spirit being picked up by SP. They know that they've got a lifestealer. They're not, and they're starting to pick a good team around it. I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd quite like to see an Alchemist from RAWR. I still haven't quite gotten over that Bane out combo that we saw in another game quite some time ago now, but it would have to be a carry Alchemist. Like, they don't have any other carry in this RAWR lineup at the moment. So I imagine it will be a hard carry of some description. It'll be interesting to see who they go for. Do you have anyone who counters Lifestealer as a hard carry?
I think Alchemist is still a pretty good hero against Lifesteal. You get up massive attack speed, and you're a natural basher carrier, which I think is really effective. Weaver has been banned out, which is also a decent hero against Lifesteal, and Lifestealer is good against Tinker. I'm pretty happy about that pick. If you're playing for SP, you'd be happy with that. I think Tinker can be a legit hard carry. You just waste other teams' BKBs, force them to buy 2 or 3 in a game on every hero that's useful, and it just ruins their economy. But against Lifestealer, probably not so good. As far as carries are concerned, I think Mirana makes sense. Able to kite Lifestealer really well. You're a natural match style carrier, which means you can get away from the open wounds. I think that makes a whole lot of sense. But there are still, just with Bane alone, you can get plenty of stuff to try and go up against a Lifestealer. Perhaps a Gyrocopter could do. It's not great. Alchemist still possible. I don't think Lifestealer really ruins any pick you might have had in your mind already.
Yeah.
5 seconds.
Well,
Viper. They just don't like Lifestealer. And they're going to try and ruin his life. I think that's fairly clear.
Yeah. Cool. Should be interesting.
End of Lifestealer.
Yep. Yep, pretty much. So Viper's certainly going to be out-carried by Lifestealer eventually, but Viper's early game is so strong, and that corrosive skin extremely annoying to deal with. It'll be interesting to see how they lane this, because I'm not...
10 seconds
Oh, actually,
to go.
yeah, okay. Okay, it just seems pretty straightforward now. I forgot that they had that Tinker
5
who
seconds.
will probably almost certainly be going mid, you would think.
Yeah, I think Tinker as a
Reserve
safe
time.
lane is doable, but I have to agree with you. Tinker mid, Clockwork in the safe, in the solo lane, and some variety of tri lane with Viper, Venom, Bane. But
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be that way. You can get a little bit kinky with it if you want to. Chuck Clockwork mid and Tinker safe solo. There are still some options out there, and now SP deciding to pick up a Rubik.
Yeah, I really like SP's team as a nice standard team, but I think that RAWR's team is really interesting, and I think it'll be really interesting to see how it goes. A bit unorthodox, I would say, but certainly working to counter that Lifestealer with the Bane and Viper picks, as you say, and Tinker. That split push could be really annoying.
Yeah, we see that Doge playing the Elder Titan. Last game he played that off-lane Clockwork solo. Sorry, safe lane Clockwork solo and off-lane Clockwork.
Offlane,
Offlane Clockwork. My apologies. And he is now moving into that offlane Elder Titan. So they're using Elder Titan as sort of a pivot man, trying to use him to
10
fit in
seconds to
whatever
go.
other heroes they decide to pick. And I think that's why they're picking him so early on.
Yeah,
5 seconds.
indeed. He is a really versatile hero and has huge game impact early work, especially with that negative armor. Well, throughout the game, really. Cool. Game is on. Okay, let's go through the teams. As you say, we have Student Doge on the Elder Titan going to that offlane immediately. We have Daxed on the Lifesteal looking to carry. Kassaran on the Rubik. Phasmo, who played an excellent TA last game, going on the Storm Spirit. And Captain Cookie on that Visage.
Yep, and meanwhile for Team RAW we have Androcities, I'm going to go with, on the Venomancer, Tiskland taking care of the Bane, and Osk running the aggressive
Let's keep
tri
it
lane.
clean, folks.
Defensive solo will be Win for Arca, and Mango will be taking the Tinker mid.
Yep, sweet. Androcities, it seems like a bit of a Venomancer name. Pretty cool. Be interesting to see what its skills up. I guess it'll be Gale first, but I think that Venomancer is another one where you can
30
skill it in a
seconds to
number of
go.
different ways.
Yeah, certainly depending on how you want to play it. I'm pretty on board with Venomancer as a mid hero. You just get maxed out Plague Wards, stick him in the middle, and if you've been watching Puppy for Navi, he likes to take Venomancer to the jungle. He's found just the right spot to put all his Plague Wards so he doesn't block anything, and just builds up a massive bank of wards once he hits about level 5. Level 3 Plague Wards can really take the pounding of the jungle. And
And here we
if
go.
you're in this region around here, just in
Yeah.
between
Trying to
these
bust
3
down
camps, you can
radiant structures
farm a
now.
whole lot at once, and he's found a way to maximize efficiency on that. So Venomancer has lots of options, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Well, they have changed its icons as well, that Poison Nova icon. And its minimap icon. Oh, how exciting.
Alright, so we've got the tri-lane on tri-lane action again. We saw last time SP probably broke about even in that tri-lane and really left all the hard lifting up to Phasmo in the mid.
Oh, immediate cogs by Arca, getting in there with Extoon Doge, who lays down that Astral Spirit, dealing some serious damage to Arca, and he's going to have to be well back.
Yeah, I think that was just a minor misplay. Probably looking to sap him out with cogs, and Doge is looking to make another go. Bottom lane, there are plenty of pings coming out, a couple of hits being traded. Oh geez, what a look.
Yeah, Venom has picked up the Poison Sting for a bit of extra auto attack damage. Captain Cookie now looking to be aggressive. Bane still hasn't skilled up. Waiting to see what the situation requires. And meanwhile, Viper doing his best to get some last hits and has got 4 and 3 already.
Yep, doing a nice job. We see Phasmo getting off some early creep kills and is losing the Deny War ever so slightly, but I think, proven his proficiency in the mid lane. And want to keep my eye on this tri-lane. It's looking aggressive, and I think at any time Doge could make a go at the top as well. There's plenty to look at.
Yeah.
Androcities could be caught out of position here. Osk putting down some poison attacks, and now he chucks out the Gale. They could be looking to go on Kassaran. Immediately, Soul something being chucked out, thrown back in with the telekinesis. Osk getting deep in there with the poison attack, and in the end, still nothing really eventuating from that aggression.
Yeah, and I hate poisoned hacks. It's so annoying for this tri-lane of the Radiant. But yeah, in the end, Rubik managing to get out just barely. And they will just go back to farming.
Phasmo has got his bottle already available to him and probably will be able to scout out this regen rune. It looks like he has. He'll pick that up. He'll be happy with what he sees, I would think. I want to see where the early aggression comes from. It looks like I win for Arca is putting some pressure onto the Elder Titan up top. Needs to be desperately careful. Sucks off a little bit more out of mana out of Doge. And that'll force Elder Titan to pop off the salve. And now with both heroes essentially out of regen and mana, big problems as pings come out on the bottom lane.
Yeah, Arca still does have that salve and he's getting extremely low. Like, he should have popped that. But he will be able to get back under tower, so he'll be fine, and he will pop it now.
What the exciting pings? Where's the exciting action?
Yeah, pretty much. Really quite a standoff in this bottom lane. And this will essentially, well, it'll be huge. Whoever wins this lane, whoever gets that first blood, it's going to be a really...
Yeah, it's probably going to define the way this match turns out. Certainly for the first 10 or 15 minutes you'd expect.
Yeah, really going to set the tone. This Lifestealer needs his farm, and if he gets taken down, a bit of a D-ward battle, and the Bane a little bit out of position there, being picked up by Telekinesis, and there's the Rage being thrown down, and open wounds. Manages to Nightmare himself, but he's still way out of position. Nightmare is transferred onto two other heroes, Captain Cookie with the Soul Assumption, taking him out. Really does ridiculous damage when it's fully charged, even at level 1.
Oh yeah, Soul Assumption does some big damage, but Visage used this last priority, a little bit low on mana. Lifestealer, a little bit low on mana. It's, you know, losing the Bane, possibly one of the less important heroes, hasn't decided to level up in Feeble. You know, it is, I think, a pretty viable option. Looks like Arca's getting chased down.
Arca, really...
Big lag spike. Big lag spike. Alright, it's all you.
Okie dokie, yeah, Arca really kind of being a bit risky here, extremely low. I mean, Doge isn't that much high health, but he, Barrage going off with the Astral Spirit coming down, and Arca will fall. He just didn't have enough health to take that. It's close to it.
I'm not really sure what he thought would happen there.
Yeah.
I mean, there were some creeps around to to tank up the battery assault. I suppose with a little bit better RNG, he could have maybe gotten the kill, but still very, very risky, and in all likelihood, the creeps would have been able to kill him off anyway. So at best, you get a 1-for-1 trade with experience, which is not that great a trade. It's a win if you get that, but that was never a certainty, and in the end, doesn't get anything from the Elder Titan.
Yeah, that's essentially it. He was too low to try that. And I guess he felt a bit out of options, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Clockwork just buy a bubble for himself. I think it's a really useful item, and you get it in the 1v1, and it allows you to spam out those cogs, still have plenty of mana available for battery assault, and you can really get some lane dominance up and running. And Clockwork can benefit from that sort of thing. Does stay in lane for a little while, and when roaming around the map, you have plenty of opportunities to pick up whatever runes you might want.
Yep, for sure. Our Storm Spirit again showing his last hitting proficiency in the mid lane, right up the top of that last hits chart. Bit more aggression going down against Arca by this Elder Titan. And meanwhile, Lifestealer really getting no last hits. His farm being very restricted by... well, Venomancer actually getting that Ancient stack going. Already 3 stacks there.
Yeah, I think that might be for himself even. I think he's going to look towards maxing out the Plague Wards. This is a sort of puppy build. You get 1 point in both Venomous Gale and Poison Sting for the early game damage, and apart from that, you really max out Plague Wards and become self-sufficient in the jungle. Now there are some pings on top lane coming out from the Storm Spirit. I'm not sure. He might be looking to head home and fill up his bowl, immediately return to top lane and get an early kill, try and get the momentum rolling.
Arca again really getting just harassed down, and now he pretty much has to be out. He's so low that Extreme Doge is going to be able to go on him any second.
Mango going to be able to use this opportunity to try and push out the lane, get some more damage done to this tower, but it's taken very, very little so far, and even with the siege creep, I don't think he'll be able to do terribly much.
Yep, and well,
Looks
in
like
goes
Storm's
Phasmo, pulling in OSK, will be nightmared by the Bane. Good save there, but he is completely surrounded and will go down now. Phasmo's still going on Tiscon, but will drop back, and a good pick off there on the Viper.
Yeah, I think that's an exceptionally important pick-off. They are losing this tri-lane quite badly. The farm is going all the way over Viper 18 to 9. They're going to have a big experience leading that tri-lane on some really level-dependent heroes like Visage and Rubik. And I think that's a big problem that SP had to deal with, and that's not enough. That's the start of what Phasmo has to do to try and retrieve the situation.
Yeah, sure. As you say, that Extreme Doge going on Arca now, who is extremely low. And you mentioned that it might be good for Arca to pick up the bottle, well, Extreme Doge has done just that for himself.
Yeah, a little bit less enamored, seeing as all the time does less of a roaming ganking thing, but you know, still a reasonable strategy. And if Arca doesn't get Flock out of there, he is going to be in real big trouble. I mean, one Astral Spirit and he's dead.
Yeah. Hasterun is bottom, and it looks like that will be picked up by the Tinker.
Yeah, I think after being really the only problem lane last game for SP, this time Extreme Doge is doing a great job. He's taken down this tower, he's gotten the solo kill. He needs to be careful here. He needs to get the heck out of it. He got way too low. He needs to try and keep the creeps in between him and the Clockwork, trying to juke around, trying to bait out the hook shot, but he's going to fall. That's just madness. What is he doing?
Just madness, and the Tinker taking care of that ancient stack with that much machines, which he has maxed out.
Yeah, I really should have seen this coming when Venomancer started stacking this up. Of course, Venomancer is able to do so, but doesn't deal that well with stacks, and that's going to give a nice boost to Tinker, who's going to be looking towards getting some early boots of travel.
Absolutely.
Bane now taking up the mid lane. Looks like just wants to sap out some levels. Certainly can't engage onto this level 8 Storm Spirit. And if Tisland isn't careful, could find himself dead very, very quickly. It was interesting to see that Phasmo has gone with full 4 levels into Electric Vortex. Most players go for 3 levels because that ensures you get off a static remnant. You get off the static remnant damage, but deciding that it needs the extra duration, needs the extra positioning power, and now it looks like they're pausing for the admin guy.
The admin has DC'd, apparently. But yeah, we see Visage and Rubik sitting at mid, maybe looking for a pick-off in Tiscon, but it's going to be difficult to dive that tower, you would think.
Alright, carry on.
Quite sure what they're aiming to get done here.
No, I don't really see why they would risk diving on the tower.
They do have a ward actually on the Ancients, so maybe they're going to go for this Viper.
They could be looking for Viper, but Viper has base boots and multiple levels in corrosive skin. As Captain Cooking has been standing on the low ground. You don't want any part of that.
Yeah.
Soul Assumption, Elder Titan Spirit. Venomancer just standing around, got caught out in a little bit of a bad position, but that could have gone all sorts of wrong. Casaran and Captain Cookie should thank their lucky stars. I don't think they had good vision there.
They did have vision. Like you can see with the board, they can see all that area.
Oh, they do have a ward.
That's
bottom towers. Well, I retract that, and my apologies.
Yeah, no, a good ward, and obviously blocking the ancient stack as well. So.
Do something about that bottom tower.
A good pick off.
I throw my mini-map like every other ward. That's disappointing.
Well, Clockwork straight in, win for Akka, getting telekinesis out of those cogs. Soon Doge will be nightmared up, and he'll be right back. The rest of the team forced to turn. Hookshot going in and open wounds being laid down. Now, Lifesteal are being forced to retreat, although Phasmo in on Mango and taking him out really well. The Electric Vortex goes down on Viper, but Akka getting extremely low and taken out by the Fade Bolt. OSK forced to retreat, does have the salve on. Extreme Doge taking some harass, but he will be just fine. And, well, definitely going in favor of the Radiant there. Really good ball lightning in by Phasmo there.
Yeah, Phasmo had the double damage rune and it made a massive impact on that fight. And they just didn't really have a concrete plan on what they wanted to do there. They started to go on Lifesteal, hit him with the Viper Strike, and they also initiated on Doge a bit with the Nightmare, and I would have thought these were two of the lower priority targets. Clockwork hooked in on the third target. I think it might have been Captain Cookie, and they were just a little bit all over the place. Didn't seem to have a coherent plan for what they wanted to do with that.
Yeah.
And Viper just unable to get the design about Tower as he builds his mech.
Yeah. It was a well-controlled kind of retreat, and then deciding to go back in all as one by the Radiant there. It would have been all too easy to be going on the retreat as they were, and then half the team turned back in, but they all turned back in at just the right time when that Nightmare was laid down on the Elder Titan, and yeah, really well done.
Yeah, I think the Bane might have been just off point on these Nightmares so far, not quite having the effect they're looking for, and SP have reacted really well to them, but they need to be careful.
Hook shot in on Phasmo, laying down the telekinesis and Static Remnant. Phasmo is still extremely low, but will be able to ball lightning just far enough. But no, haste to Clockwork. Well, Phasmo another ball lightning off the edge of that cliff will save him for the moment. The Nightmare being laid down on Soon Dojo, I believe. Laser will be enough to take him out. And Clockwork still going on this Storm Spirit, who is proving extremely elusive. The rocket way off target.
Oh jeez.
Will he find him?
Oh, yet. The intensity! Hey, he's gonna run out, it's gone, and Phasmo's going to live!
Phasmo, Dukes of Hazzard.
Level 2 rocket flare! Salva, not gonna be a problem. Did manage to hit him though.
So close. And Phasmo going for that BKB.
Yeah, and I really like the synergy here of Tinker and Viper. It's the old 1-2. You're forced into a BKB by the Tinker with the spamming out of the laser, the rockets, all the damage, and then a Viper hits you with the Viper Strike, and suddenly you're not able to do nearly as much as you would like. Not as effective against a Storm Spirit, but still in all, if you're able to force him into a BKB instead of, an Orchid, a Bloodstone, a Hex, I mean, that already gone a long way into justifying the pick for RAWR.
Yeah, absolutely. Lifestealer now getting a bit of a chance to farm up top, but here comes Clockwork, and, well, Lifestealer knows that something's up, perhaps? Maybe not? Well, he does now. Arca has just walked in there. I would have gone for that hook shot, I'm not sure.
Yeah, Salty's certainly not Arca's strong point.
No. If you didn't know before, he certainly does now, but Tinker's still here, and Lifestealer is still in, so maybe they can go on this. He's going to be hard with his rage. Timber will just TP out.
There's a go on in mid lane. Doge taking a little bit of harass damage from the Viper, and looks like they will disengage. Do use the familiar stomp on that, and they might be able to pick one off. Brain Sap incredibly effective against those.
Yeah.
And there it is.
There it is. Yeah. Had Astral Spirit doing a lot of damage to Bane, but manages to heal, but right back up with that sap on the familiar and getting a bonus 100 gold into the deal.
You reckon Venomancer looks like Arbok?
Arbok! Yeah,
nice
a little
bit.
Yeah.
Looks like a little bit of a change on the visual of the Plague Wards, but perhaps not quite.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think there's been any change to those Plague Wards.
No, I feel like the little brown tentacle things are more noticeable.
I don't know, I think that's just the angle.
Maybe. And Mango does have Boots of Travel working towards his Blink Dagger next, you'd expect, but not all Tinkers go that way. Could be looking towards Dagger, we don't really know until we see it.
Yeah.
It is now using his split push capabilities.
Yeah.
Surprised they haven't punched this lifesteal. He's been sitting out on an island on himself.
They had a really good chance with the Clockwork Viper and Tinker all up there before, but didn't even go for it.
Mango putting out more harass on Doge in the mid lane, and even if you trade evenly with Tinker, he'll be back on full health up and mana in just a second, and you won't.
Yeah, absolutely. Those rockets, so annoying.
Get him out.
Yeah, I would like to see the Blink Dagger on the Tinker so that he has that split push power, which I think that... Oh, well, the hook goes down on Phasmo, and so does Bane ulti, getting focused down really quickly, and he will manage to escape. All his mana is drained though. What did Rubik steal there? Manages to get that Fiend's Grip. The Viper Strike going down on Extreme Doju. Will try to TP out. TP hard counter. Lifesteal have to be back. Viper in a terrible position. Being picked up by Telekinesis and burst down. Well, Arca is in there with his cogs, forcing back the Visage. And Familiar just barely going to escape. And, well, no, slap.
Denied by the lifesteal. I think there was a stomp available. I don't think it would have died.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was even going to die, but...
A little bit of poetic justice, but Rubik able to hit the Fiend's Grip. They didn't manage to kill off the Storm Spirit. Big engagement going the way of SP again. And they've done this in consecutive games now, just finding a way to make it work in engagements if they don't necessarily have a right to win, looking at the way the hero composition is.
Yeah. Did you see the Rubik used his Fiend's Grip on? I don't know.
Yeah, it was on the Bane. It was beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I love it. Fiend's Grip on a Bane. How do you like it?
Yeah, that's always fantastic.
Being locked out and losing all your health and mana for 5 seconds sucks? Yeah, welcome to my world.
Yeah, I'll have some of that.
Yeah, get that up again.
Oh, looks like this tier 2 is going to be under some serious pressure here. The Clockwork is coming back around. Might be able to make something of this, the Dire team. But...
yeah, I don't know what the hell the Tinker is doing. Trying to triple jungle, which is a
Arca maybe caught out of position here. The Electric Vortex goes down. He's completely surrounded. Soul Assumption will take care of that.
Told you a storm was coming.
And the kill going to the Storm Spirit.
I was just saying, Tinker, you're a split pusher. Split push. I know it's efficient to try and jungle in that nice spot where you can hit 3 counts, but you see a 5-stack mid.
Gets Nightmare.
Tinker now just starting to get something done, but won't be able to pressure the tower. Radiant's able to pick up their second tier 2 of the game, and I don't think a tower's no. All 6 towers, out of tier towers available for the Radiant team, and Tinker goes straight back to the jungle.
Yeah.
Madness.
10,000 gold lead in the favour of SP, the Radiant team here. That's pretty considerable, especially given that they're now going for Roche. They will be scouted out by this Rocket Flare, however. And, well, Dire team, I'm not sure that they can do all that much about this. They can probably scare them off, and in fact they have scared them off with that scouting of the Rocket Flare, and they were coming around. Storm Spirit may be caught out of position, but he does have the Invis rune.
Yeah, I think Osk might be the one in trouble to have mech available.
Yeah, true.
With the other 4 members of this team standing on that high ground over there, don't think they'll be able to do anything much to the Storm Spirit.
No. And Mango TPing out,
He's
maybe Clockwork. Clockwork, no! Soul Assumption goes down, and well, this one should be taken out as well. The BKB is popped. Viper coming in, but getting out very quickly. Rage popped off on the Lifestealer, and Tinker will also have to be out. He has picked up that Blink Dagger, as we may have mentioned.
He's picked it up, but he's still not making it work. There are no towers down. There aren't even any towers on ridiculously low health. They're all standing right around that 500 health mark. And he needs to be getting something done.
Yeah.
Roche goes down. This is a horrible trade for the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. Those 2 pick-offs, it's going to be difficult for the Dire to get back there in time. Bane is already back up due to a low level, but...
Roche is gone, courtesy of the
and with those levels, we see Venomancer still not even level 6.
Oh, golly. That's not what you'd want.
No, not in the slightest, and that ulti in a teamfight can make a huge difference.
Yeah, I don't really see quite why you want a Tinker and a Venomancer. Both heroes force out BKBs, and like if you're waiting for a 10-second BKB or a 6-second rage to end before you really want to engage, you could find yourself caught well out of position by a well-used Storm Spirit.
Particularly given that the Storm Spirit has BKB, and yeah, I think that's a great choice. Arca
now with this in going in, Phasma pulling it back, being lifted up, Soul Assumption down, good day, sir.
Yeah, Arca's positioning this game has not been ideal. He's been caught out a few times, and yeah, another kill going the way of Phasma there, I believe. Is it Phasma who got that? Yeah.
Yeah, Phasma got it. You reckon Clockwork is Arca, or Arca is someone's friend? Because it's I win for Arca, so maybe it's, you know, a partner or something. I don't know. What do you reckon? Who do you reckon Arca is? Is Arca the Clockwork?
Maybe. I probably not, as you say, but I think we've got to go with Arca.
Oh, certainly. And now 5-man group up top. Oh, sorry, 4-man. Looks like Lifesteal isn't there. Got juked out by all the Stormspear illusions, looking big and scary.
Yeah, just his childhood hero or something.
It could be himself. We saw I Love Myself playing.
Yeah, true. We did see I Love Myself, which was adorable. I liked that positive feel.
Oh yeah, I'm still all on board with Captain Cookie, but
Captain Cookie, yeah, very nice as well. We've seen some good names actually. I like Phasmo as well.
Yeah, Phasmo sounds good. I can see that being a magician.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Lifestealer getting some more solo farm. Does have his armlet and the Aegis and drums.
They sack another tower. You can't do that. Tinker needs towers.
Yeah, these towers, I mean, it's all just going into the Lifestealer Futures Fund, and it's not going to be good. Lifestealer really getting the space he needs to farm, and those towers really helping him out. He has 2,700 gold in the bank. And if we look at that gold graph again, 12,000 now, just a steady climb in favour of SP.
Yeah, I mean, that climb you'd expect to tail off at this point, but perhaps not. They might just decide the high ground time is now, and Stomping used by Dota are going to get a little bit of chip damage off. Tinker sending in the March for Machines. Something was stolen. It was March for Machines by Tinker, sorry, Rubik, and
he sent straight back at him.
Did you ever see Robot Wars? Because this is that.
Oh dear. Robot Wars where you had like one little robot in the ring fight against another little robot in the ring?
Yeah, and then they spent like 200 quid each because it was in Britain.
Yeah.
Then there's the freaking house robots, which some producers spent like $15,000 on them, and they don't have any longer to drive them, so they all fall in the pit of doom or whatever.
Yeah, the pit of doom, the fire, and yeah, the circular saws coming out. That shit was great.
Oh, everything had a circular saw on it.
And here comes the circular saw. Yeah.
They all had stupid names like Sergeant Kill-A-Lot, please.
Yeah, and then they had the boss robots as well.
Yeah, boss
House-owned boss robots.
Yeah, exactly.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Well, Arca going in, fires off the hookshot right into the middle of the enemy team. Rubik getting rather low, and well, Clockwork will have to be back. Though Rubik, why? Kazarin asked for it, and it is provided. None of his team was there. What was he thinking? He was out.
He did so nicely. He force-staffed himself out of the cogs. He picked up a mechanism, solo mechanism being used by the Visage. He didn't use. He used his wand. He did use his wand, and he was fine. He was out. He was home
Then
free.
he asked for it. Yeah.
Oh man, that didn't go well at all. You're fine. You're okay, and I mean, RAWR aren't going to be able to do anything with that. That's just a tiny little gold injection, but you don't really want to be feeding away kills to this lineup. It can still build momentum even as the game goes later.
Yeah, although there is a big advantage to SP with this Lifestealer. Now picking up his Basher, and it looks like Elder Titan is heading slowly towards that Assault Cuirass for that negative armor. Additional negative armor.
Yeah, I mean, if it were me, and I was feeling a little bit cheesy, chainmail equals blade mail, and suddenly the Tinker is in deep doo-doo. The Weemov is a go up top, Stormspirit hooks in and immediately zip away from Phasmo. But
zip! And there's a Dagon on the Tinker.
Who is that handsome devil? But just want to say, if you get mass blade mails, I don't know what RAWR can do anymore. Venomance is going to kill himself so quickly with that damage over time. You stand him a much machines, Tinker's going to be in trouble, and there isn't. I mean, I wouldn't think that RAWR would want to build BKBs, and if you make them do so, then the momentum that their team is based on is really going to be shut down by that massive 4K gold investment.
Yeah, Clockwork wouldn't fare too well against Blade Mail either, and I don't know, maybe. I think that there are many options for SP though, and most of them are going to end up in a result with them on top, I think. I think like they have total map control at this point. They can take Roche in, well, between 3 and, is it 6 minutes? 3 and 6 minutes, it'll be up. So,
2 and 5, but
2 and 5? Oh, 2, indeed. 2 and 5.
Don't worry, counting's hard, yo.
It is. How do they work?
Must be a miracle. Lifestealer just then Dax was standing right here. He's under the vision of the Dire Observer Board.
Yeah.
And the group of 5 is right there. They saw him. They knew he was there. They looked for him. Oh,
Zip.
Tinker's in deep
Mango!
trouble.
Oh, manages to get that electric vortex off, and well, Ghost Scepter, Dagon, not going to be enough. Although the rockets and the laser, maybe.
Oh my God.
March of the
Make it.
Machines,
Oh, Mango.
stunning. Mango, you done it.
He's gone and done it.
That Ghost Scepter, too strong. Really good timing there with everything, and managing to pick off the Storm Spirit against all the odds.
Yeah, Phasmo just running himself a little bit short of money. He had to zip in and all around those trees to try and find a Tinker. And again, they've got pretty much 5 grouped off. They just killed the Observer Ward. They know exactly where
And
to
Clockwork
get his
throws out the hook, but does miss that Visage. Bane going in, going off the high ground, getting the telekinesis. The rockets are good. Tinker using that Ghost Scepter again, and now Androsis on the Venomancer getting a bit low. The Bane ulti does go down on that lifesteal now, and is instantly nuked to death by Mango. Up top, Captain Cookie in the cogs, and should be taken out.
You'd expect so. TP coming back, Tinker rejoining the fight, and it looks like they might be chasing down Doge. He will get the additional move speed from that Astral Spirit. Being chased down, but Rocket Flare will give him vision. Blink available, but Familiar Stun is going to keep Mango out of that fight, and Elton should be able to get to safety with TP Scroll. And he's got a robe of a Magi with his chainmail. Glory
Okay,
be. I think it could be.
He's doing it. Cool.
Just check
And
your
the
watch.
Orchid.
Mass Blade Bueno o'clock
Yeah.
or 5 AM. Depends what type of watch you have.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Storm Spirit picking up that Orchid now.
Yeah, he did have had him a fight against the Tinker, but just wasn't able to burst the Tinker down quickly enough. And Mango has gone a pretty solid fighting build. The Dagon and the Ghost Step are both great utility, able to kite around that lifesteal really effectively in the last fight, and gave Tisclan an opportunity to get a full duration Fiend script to pick up that lifestealer.
Yeah, for sure, especially with that burst damage of the Tinker coming in to help out there, and a really good fight from RAWR there, but they're still a long way behind, I would suggest.
Yeah, I mean, they are a decent way behind, and it looks like mass ward wars going on this Uber hill.
Rubik will be thrilled with this farm he's getting.
Oh, he'll be so happy with spending 150 gold to get perhaps 50 back per server ward.
Oh yeah.
He'll be overjoyed.
Worth it every time.
Yeah. And the game has really slowed down. RAWR have been able to maintain the high ground really effectively, and Tisk will start in, trying for that engagement hook shot, going to run just wide. Familiar Stomp's going to keep RAWR out of the fight, but they might be looking to pick those off. Bane has shown an ability to kill those off so quickly with the maxed out brain attack.
Yeah.
In the end, Lewis will get away.
He's extremely close to getting off his Fiend script there. It was about halfway through that animation, but not quite. Now Xtun Doge coming back in.
I think this is starting to become a problem for SP. They're not able to break the high ground.
Yeah, it is difficult. Particularly against March of the Machines. And all those Plague Wards, of course. It's really hard to push into Plague Wards, and so far, Venomancer, who is that? And Androcities has been setting them up rather well.
Yep. Lifestealer has picked up a Blade Mill. That's 2.
Oh, okay. Well, they're actually doing it.
I reckon you get 1 more. That's pretty much the end of a Tinker whenever you like it. Tinker needs to look towards something like a Yule Scepter to try and get about 2.5 seconds of invulnerability, stand in Fountain, and pray. That's really all that Tinkers can do. I mean, you can BKB, but you're in such big trouble if you're forced to use BKB back defensively. And I think this is absolutely the right call from SP. As cheesy as it is, I'm really happy that I'm seeing this.
Yeah, pretty cool. And Rosh is up now, but looks like SP is going to try and force high ground into a lot of Plague Wards. Well,
oh no,
Doge,
you're going to die.
Doge, underestimating the impact of those Plague Wards and just being taken out. Well, Lifesteal now in the cog, although Clockwork being targeted down extremely quickly.
Jeez, who caught out who?
Yeah, pretty much. Storm Spirit will be well out of there with that BKB.
Clockwork did blow a buyback on that, so I think in the end a pretty mild victory for SP, but What was Doge thinking? I love the cheese as much as anyone, but you can't just stand on high ground against a bank of plague wards, against all the damage that RAWR can bring to bear on you,
and the tower,
and the tower, and they're going to end up giving away position on Rush. I'm not sure if they'll be able to take.
This is going to take them a little while. So, plague wards helping out. I think that I really think SP's in a position to contest this. Look at Arca, that damage. Still only at half health, above half health, and Storm Spirit suddenly in a position to zip in. The familiars will come around, and they'll be forced to back out.
Still yet to see any real big infest bombs, and just as I say that, Phasmo has a presence inside of him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But just yet to see the effective synergy, which we all know that Storm Spirit and Lifestealer can have together.
Yeah, I guess partly because RAWR has been holed up in their base for a good part of this game, and zipping in there is... They haven't really had a good opportunity to. But now, this should be Roche.
Yeah, they're taking it down very quickly. Medallion of Courage from Captain Cookie. Doing all the work you ever need. I think that's disappointing for RAWR. They've been holding up really well. They're letting Tinker get big, and Tinker can do a whole lot with if Rage runs out with that slightly longer cooldown. That's going to prove really significant if this goes, another 20-25 minutes.
Yeah, they've still only got one tower down though, so this Tinker split push has been, well, rather non-existent, essentially.
Second tower just fell. 33 minutes and 2 towers down. I think we can only say that Tinker's doing his job. Would you like to apologize?
Particularly given he maxed much of the machines first, you'd think that, well, Extreme Doge again walking into that huge bank of plague wards, which is doing work, especially with that March machines and constant stream of rockets.
Yeah,
Kazaran has stolen cogs, still only level 1 cogs. Level Clockwork.
Yeah, Clockwork's been struggling all game.
11.
Trouble brewing at Radiant's bottom tower.
But SP really struggling to make anything happen. They took all the other tier towers very, very quickly, and for the last, 10 minutes or so, they've just been on struggle streak, trying to make something happen. They're stuck at the 12,000 or so gold lead, unable to push that out any higher, unable to find a way to pick off this Tinker. I think they need to just be really patient, perhaps get a Storm Spirit bomb, find the Tinker, and find a way to get a kill on him when he gets out of position, when he gets a little bit greedy on some lane. Just set a trap and wait, because at the moment, that Tinker is just ruining their game.
Yeah, it really is, and it is extremely difficult for them to take high ground. I think they've been playing it relatively well, but we saw in the last proper engagement what can happen if they try to force that high ground too hard.
Yeah, well, I mean, Doge, buddy.
Doge, please. So, yeah, he does have that Brave Mail up, as we mentioned. Hasn't really put it to too much effect so far, I don't think. And looks like the entire Dire team. Yep, Phasmo with a present inside, going in on Arca, and, well, a lot of damage going down on Dax. And the Bane ulti as well, but he'll be taken out. Arca now in trouble, and so is Androcities, who will try to TP out, and will be able to. Engagements out in the open, quite a different story.
Radiant's mid towers getting banged.
Yeah, I think that's just a little bit too much from RAWR. They need to just sit back and wait and hope. They did really well at the start of that engagement. They managed to Fiend's Grip up the Storm Spirit. They got the Ethereal Blade working on Lifestealer, and that really took them out of commission, but it didn't do the damage they were looking for. And now Kazaran has the Viper Strike available to them. I think that's going to prove really significant.
Yeah, sure.
Forced off initiation, Androcities pops down the Poison Nova. Now forced off Captain Cookie caught way out of position. He's going to be the first to pass the fall. Lifesteal is super duper low, but doesn't have any poison, but just some armor toggling going on. That's a 1-for-0 trade. RAWR are going to keep the high ground, but plenty of damage being done to that tower.
Yeah, pretty good for the Radiant, really. Managed to do a whole lot of damage very quickly to that tower, and unfortunately not being able to take it out, but all in all, pretty good trade.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good that they've found a way to just circumvent the bank of wards being put down at this mid tower, and I think trying to outmaneuver a Tinker in his own base is going to be really tricky, but it might be what they need to do.
Yeah, if they can push up all of the lanes and then go for one or even two of those lanes.
Yeah, and genuinely, I think a couple more blade mails is what's required. If you can make it so Tinker feels uncomfortable popping out on much of the machines,
and the rockets as well.
Yeah, if you're able to keep the lanes pushed up as well, what's the option then for RAWR? They can only defend one lane with mass plague wards. Viper, Bane, and Clockwork all relatively single targets. So, I mean, Clockwork can do a teensy bit, but apart from that, I don't think they're going to have enough if you get the blade mails and then try and push multiple lanes.
Yeah, and they're doing just that now, pushing up all of these lanes, all 3 lanes, right up towards those tier 3 towers. Tinker's doing the best he can to cover them all with Marcher machines, but struggling a bit.
Yeah, I think this is where letting all those towers, exterior towers, go down cheaply is coming back to bite them in the butt. Although Tinker is doing very nicely so far as farm is concerned, highest level in the game and also the most farm. Very, very close to having the Dagon 5 and about 800 more gold. Probably does need to keep 5-back available for himself in case the worst occurs. Now some split push coming out. Elder Titan pushing out the bottom lane with Visage's assistant, Storm Spirit in the mid, and Rubik perfectly motionless.
Playing the standstill game, and he has a Blink Dagger now.
Yep, has a Blink Dagger, big mobility, but I don't like this at all. I don't really think he's having trouble getting in and out of fights.
No, I don't think so.
I think what he needs is tankiness.
Yeah, absolutely. I would totally agree.
Perhaps a Heaven's Halberd might be okay, but Tinker isn't a right-click hero, so maybe not. Even working towards a really late Aghanims could be good. You get that Viper Strike on super low cooldown, you get the Clockwork hooks on super low cooldown. Poison Nova is massive, so
Phoenix Grip as well, we made better by the Aghanims. So.
Plenty of Aghanims options. You know, it's going to take a long time, but you've got the passive gold, you've got map control. It's unlikely that you're going to see any real game-changing Blink Dagger plays at the time.
I mean, if all the fights were happening in the open field, then maybe, but they're not. It's now a pushing war, and I think that the bit of tankiness and also the utility provided by Aghanims would be much better.
Yeah, or a blade mail.
Or yeah, or the blade.
Or a blade mail. That's not good enough.
Yeah.
Elder Titan.
Slow siege.
Looking towards the Sheep's Guard, I suspect, with this Mystic Dot. And now they're going to be able to take down this tier 3 top. Massive for them. Now they're going to be able to use those Visage Familiars to pick up the range barracks. If it takes them half an hour, they'll be just fine with that. Needs to be careful not to lose those. Instead, we'll use the resummon. Nice micro.
Yep. And Rubik stewing those Plague Wards. Bit of a Plague Ward on Plague Ward battle. He's creating his own Maginot line.
Maginot line of wards. We've seen it all too often.
What happened?
Just running wide.
Well, Clockwork does go an Extreme Doge, and he is taken down despite his Blade Mail, able to do precisely no damage to Arca. But as that occurs, Daxed instantly destroying those ranged racks. Madness.
And this is starting to become big problems for the Tinker. I don't think he's going to be able to push out all these lanes quickly enough anymore, and I think this is just going to be a really slow grind out. Not sure if RAWR can do anything about it.
Yeah, a slow grind out siege that will eventually end in death. I'm starting to think that there is, I don't want to say no way out, but the door is closing on RAWR.
They can still do a tremendous amount of damage. If you get a Hex on that Tinker, he's going to be able to control so much of the fight, rearm, smash it out, and I think you're being a pessimist, although you're probably thinking I'm an optimist. It's doable.
It's doable. It is doable this time. There is a Hex on the Storm Spirit though. That will make it difficult for the Tinker, especially with that Orchid as well. But yeah, it is doable. If Tinker can get off a good combo, he can suddenly solo most of the, well, apart from the Lifestealer and possibly the Storm Spirit, he can suddenly take out the rest of this Radiant teaming very quickly.
Yeah, but I mean, while all this is happening, Lifesteal is able to farm up Angels, Rubik and Visage able to farm up mid lane, Elder Titan, Storm Spirit able to farm up bottom, and meanwhile, I mean, Viper farming mid, that's pretty much the only farm that's going on. There's not any safety, any map control at all available for RAWR, and they use that momentary release of pressure to go up and try and deal with. That's really all they can do at that time.
Yeah. 3 Ghost Scepters and the Ethereal Blade on RAWR. Just everywhere, they are terrified of that Lifestealer.
Yeah, and I think as well they should be.
Oh, absolutely.
Dax is putting out some deeps.
He certainly is. That Abyssal Blade, another Hyperstone as well.
You think that's... Oh, Doja's in trouble.
Yep.
Oh my, starts Strides gets hit with a massive Dagon after E-Blade, and he's being chased down, but Viper decides to relent. Zip in coming from Phasma, manages to pull back off. Big hooking coming from Parker, and now AKB being popped off by Phasma. Phase Grip being used now, and Clockwork will be first of all. Phasma zipping back into the fight. Tislan deep trouble, and now Tinker re-engages into the fight, pulling out so much damage. Poison Nova being used by Adversity. Visage going to use the Soul Sum to pick up the Viper. Storm Spirit going to be the next to fall. Tinker doing so much work, kills off the Elder Titan. Now Tinker's on for a run, needs to try and get out of there. Hit by the open wounds, doesn't get off the rearm. He's dead, needs to buy back immediately, and so he does.
Huge engage there. The Storm Spirit doing heaps of work before being eventually taken out, but the Lifestealer is so survivable. Oh my god, that Tinker Dagon E-Blade instantly.
No, Captain Cookie, you don't want none of that.
Captain Cookie, please! Get the laser.
He got to get
taken out.
Lifestealer needs to be careful, he could be chased down.
Still, that damage!
Yeah, I'm not thinking what Blade Mail's going to do it for you now. That's a full team wipe now.
A very impressive comeback from that Tinker, managing to clean up the last 3 who really should have been out at that point.
You didn't think Tinker could do it, did you?
I didn't.
Did you?
I didn't.
Yeah.
I did not.
Good.
I would have been in, but they should have been out. And Roche is off, and that should be it. They should be able to get it this time, even though they don't have the physical damage to do it quickly. Well, Lifestealer has brought back now, and Elder Titan and Storm Spirit also coming up. Maybe they can defend this.
It's going to be tricky, I think. Androsity's the same with Venomancer. Yeah, Venomancer definitely needs that double damage rune. Takes it for himself. Visage Familiars all coming in. Tislan's going to be able to pick one of them up. Big Storm coming out. This is a problem. This is a big problem with RAWR. They get zipped in on by Phasma. He's trying to take up Tislan. Hits him with the Orchid first. And now the Viper strike. Big Ethereal Blade. No, that's Ghost Scepter. Massive damage being done by the Tinker. Viper's going to fall as well as the Bane, and now they're chasing down Mango. Might get hit by the Stomp. Familiars don't have any more available to him, but Elder Titan does. He's going to do a big chunk of damage. Mango's going to fall again. 106 seconds before he respawns. Venomancer, get out, son.
Yeah.
Dyer's top rank is in trouble.
I think that might be game.
I think it might be.
Dyer's top ranks is
Yeah, unfortunate that the Tinker was forced to TP home there. If he was there when the Storm Spirit was there, none of that damage would have been done. He could have been instantly taken out. As it was, the Storm Spirit able to do a big chunk of damage. I'm not sure if he actually managed to kill anyone, but yeah, it did take out Viper.
Yeah, looks like the Siege Creep is going to be able to pick up the melee racks at top. That's 2 full length racks, and they're just going to be able to take Mega Creeps here. Tinker's still not up for a full minute. Simply nothing the rest of RAWR can do. Full stop initiation, and Velocity's trying to do as much as he can. Big stomp, extreme, exhume Doge, doing what he can. Now the hooking coming from Arca, Abyssal Blade going to be able to take him out, lift it up, open the wounds. I went for Arca, he's so low, surely he must die.
Arca, please!
Familiars! Familiars! But he's not going to be able to get it.
Take out the Elder Titan. Yeah.
Meanwhile, at tier 4, though, they are seriously having problems, but that's a tremendous defense from RAWR.
Yeah, the Lifestealer there just melted under that Poison Nova, and yeah, it was quite an impressive defense. I was surprised. Yet again, I've been surprised a few times in this game, and even without the Tinker,
Yeah, they did that without the Tinker. Is there a breath left in Raw's body?
Just with 2 racks down, that can't be underestimated. It's going to be so difficult to push back against, but it was a good team fight.
Yeah. Yeah, you're such an optimist, Albie, but Don, this is such big problems. I mean, one lane of racks you could conceivably come back from, maybe if you lost a range but not a melee, and
maybe if you're way ahead, like in terms of levels and farm, you come back from 2 racks down, but with the entire team back up, although, well, Visage and Phasmo way out of position here, but Phasmo at least going to be able to get out. Captain Cookie now able to turn on OSK, but Fiend's Grip being landed. Phasmo in a bit of trouble, does manage to zip out now. Captain Cookie.
Oh my god!
Well, Captain Cookie not so lucky, and now, well, Tinker going on Rubik, but no, we'll blink back.
And I think this is the type of game that Raw now have to play. They have to try and group up, use your smokes, use some interesting positioning, try and find a way to get some good travel Tinker, find someone out of position and load them up as quickly as possible. I personally think I think the Ethereal Blade is premature. I feel like a Hex would have been more useful, but if Tinker is able to farm up a Hex, I mean, I think you can pretty much kill anyone you like before they ever recover. You Hex, refresh, Hex, refresh, Hex, refresh, and in between each time you get the E-Blade and Dagon 5.
Yeah. I think the E-Blade has shown its utility, but yeah, as you say, a Hex would also be amazing, so can't really argue with that. And that'll be Roche. Who picks up that? Storm has picked up that Aegis.
Chief went the way of Doge, and finally he'll be able to use that blade now to stand in the middle of everything. I think it might be one final push coming the way of SP. Tinker doesn't have buyback yet, and neither does Lifestealer, nor Viper, nor Visage. There are a couple that aren't available, but
yeah.
I think they probably can just push for a win. It looks like Phasmo thinks himself invincible and is probably right without a Hextech. Look at the damage on Doge!
Soon Doge! It's not even going to have time to use that cheese if he's not careful.
Oh
my god, he is gone! Just gone, doesn't get to use the blade mail or the cheese. Well, Phasmo extremely deep and he gets Fiend stripped up. That'll be the Aegis burned. But I don't think he cares too much about that. Dax dealing damage and that rage makes him almost invincible. Phasmo though, opting his BKB, going in now on Mango, and there goes the Tinker. Well, I think that would be game. And yeah, Clockwork being cleaned up as well. The rest aren't going to be very survivable, and drops it is. About to pull the Dax extremely low, and he is taken out by that final
full team one.
Yeah. Well, Captain Cookie also going down. Well,
they need to take some towers. They need to get 2 or 3 towers right now to get Tinker's buyback. I feel if they get 2 towers right away, they might be beaten. No, it looks like they're backing off. Maybe there wasn't time there, but there might have been an opportunity to take a lane of racks in mid and maybe keep this game going.
It's unbelievable they still have a tier 1 tower up at 49 minutes.
It's mid!
Yeah.
It's not one of those, oh, it's out of the way, it's, top tier 1, we just haven't gotten around to it yet. It's mid!
Yeah, Viper is doing its best to push there, but now Orb the Titan's going to be back, and with that Astral Spirit, it's going to be difficult.
He's able to solo Osk here. Osk needs to be desperately careful. If he gets hexed up, gets hit by the... No, he won't be get hit by the splitter, and...
No breaking down the radiant structures.
Dax with the offensive GG, essentially. There's the mid tower going down.
Radiant's mid tower's getting the what for.
I want to see Raw make a comeback now.
Yeah, Lifestealer, you done it. We're against you now.
Yep.
Even though I do want it to be over so I can go get more coffee. But...
looks like Phasmo getting him in the middle of the fight. 4-star being used defensively by Tislan, trying to save Osk, and now the stomp coming out from the Elder Titan. That'll be the end of Tislan. It looks like Osk is returning to the fight, and he didn't need to do that. He's going to get immediately Viper struck off. He can mount around of that. He mounted out of his own damage. Now a Clockwork Flare roaming through the fight. Bane's already gone. Elder Titan does manage to kill him while Clockwork hooks him in the fight.
Oh my god.
Tinker, please.
Storm Spirit instantly destroyed. well, Tinker actually walking the other way while Clockwork tries to get in. Oh, extreme Doge taken out as well. And, well, Rubik now in a bit of trouble, managing to blink away.
Yeah, I think Tinker's can probably rightly feel hard done by in this game. He's kept it going for so long, and you know, just not getting as much support as he could. I'm thinking about Ark in particular. Just where's the farm? You don't even have to be there to farm places. Just not able to get it done. Looks like now Visage using its aggregate and its familiars to try and burst down this final melee racks, but hopefully Gaben will not allow it.
Yeah.
Now Basher being picked up
Basher, my god.
I suppose the only thing that is stopping Mango is BKBs, and yeah, I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a 4-star, get the Tinker the heck out of dodge all day, every day.
4-star or even a heart, it's more health.
Acronyms to try and get as many BKB blockers, but yeah, I can see where the Basher comes from. I'm not just gonna auto flame it.
Yeah.
I think Tinker really needs to work on that cheap stick as soon as possible. Once Tinker has that available, is able to pick off anyone, anywhere, anytime, and would almost be 6-slotted, I think.
Yeah.
And Tinker 6-slotted, I mean, this isn't
pretty scary.
This isn't even as big as Tinker can get. It's already proving just so immensely powerful.
Yeah, he was able to destroy, well, it was Doge, Phasmo, and Captain Cookie in that fight up in top. Pretty much single-handedly. OSK now got a Crystallis and Mantis style, so his damage is pretty reasonable as well, but it's really the racks that it's just so not in RAWR's favour. It's going to be so difficult for them to actually do anything apart from interference.
Looks like they weren't able to catch up with Storm Spirit, and now Smoke Gang coming back the upper way. Arca taking so much damage, invest damage, doing a decent amount. Casaran blinks in, trying to take out Arca, who's got his defensive Imperial Blade used now. Big Poison Nova coming out of Androcities, but Lifesteal got slap and chop all the way. Fiend's Grip now being used on Dax, and he's going to be able to get out of that. Tinker rejoining the fight. He did take a fall in that last one. Blizzard rolling through, and that's going to catch out Androcities. He's going to take a Soul Assumption as well. Big pipe being pulled off. I don't know if they can do it. I don't think they have anything left.
No, I don't think so.
They don't have Glyph available to them. And Tinker's doing the best he can.
Oh my god!
Please! Now Viper building a Dagon. If some burst is good, more burst is better, but they need to get the tower in as many defensive people there as possible. Captain Cookie taking some damage, Hex up being put onto Mango, now Big Stomp rolling through the fight, catching out 3 or 4. Tisman taking a whole lot of damage, Rubik used for Viper Strike on its own, and Captain Cookie going to fall, and now lifting up on the O's. Doge popping up a BKB, slapping and chopping as much as he can, and meanwhile Mega Creep's getting Think Tinker. Oh my stars. Oh my
oh well.
stars.
Oh dear. Still doing work.
Looks like there's no GG out as of yet, but
yeah, there go the base towers. It was over a little while ago, but they've been so even in the fight. It's just so unfortunate that all their towers were gone so quickly. But Dire being able to take down hardly any.
Oh, Mango's in trouble. Mango, you're in trouble, aren't you? Mango?
Mango! Mango, my god, you
Game throws from Phasmo. If they lose everyone here, that's the only thing that can... Still not enough. Sure.
Tinker is still going. He refuses to give up.
Oh, wow.
It's unfortunate, like before that Fiend script, it was like, it had to be cancelled by Bane against the Lifesteal. There was just no support there, but I can't even believe this Tinker.
Do you really feel like Clockwork using rearm and bunch of machines everywhere trying to break my laptop's The graphics card, is that
Is this helpful, Tinker? Is this really helpful?
Oh, I see now they're being rude about our viewer count. What is this? Come on, man.
What did they say? I missed that. Oh, 1 million to come. Yeah.
10 viewers? Come on, man. People, please. Tell your friends, tell your family. Find us. I'm Santos. I like Dota 2, so find me Santos Dota 2. Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter, Santos Dota 2. Albie, where can they find you?
And you can find me on YouTube and Twitch as well. On YouTube, it's Albie Dota 2. On Twitch, it is twitch.tv/A1BY.
That's clever because the one kind of looks like an L.
Yeah, it does. Some chump stole Albie with an L, so A1BY on Twitch, and yep, Albie with an L, Dota 2 on YouTube, where you can find this game and all the others that we'll be casting today.
Sunday evening Cup Series coming up soon. That's Sunday evening in America, which makes it about 9 AM Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. If you'd like to join us on a Monday morning as Rashawn goes the way of Daxed.
Yep, that will be streamed live on the Twitch channel, and yeah, that is always a good day's Dota.
Yeah, MLG Columbus being played, plenty of Dota to look forward to. And do you reckon Pretty Boy Swag can pick up a game? Come on, Tinker, please. Stop the shenanigans.
Tinker, please let it die.
SP has had enough.
Yeah, there goes the last base tower. Storm zipping on in, right in, wants Mango, doesn't care about anyone else. The Poison Nova, rather, is laid down. Rubik, poor little Rubik. Arca will be taken out as well. OSK doing some serious damage. And Mango, please, again. Atrocities with that Ghost Scepter, trying to zip away. And, well, doesn't manage to get taken out. But there it is, the Ancient does. Lifestealer giving it a good slap, and it is finally down. Xtune puts it down to the stream snipe.
Yeah. Stream Sniper really what was going to win the game today.
Yeah. It was all about the vision.
Yeah, the vision. In that last 25 minutes, here's what the vision was. SP had it or didn't.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. Yeah, like total map control by SP for so long, and they played that one really well, although it did drag out an exceptionally long time.
Oh yeah, sure did.
Yeah,
Good
nice.
game to watch. I thought that, it dragged on a little bit, but really the early stages were interesting. That tri-lane was interesting. Clockwork Elder Titan was a good matchup. Phasmo having a bit more of a challenge this game rather than what was the last game? TA against Puck. So it's good to see his versatility as a Storm Spirit. Yeah. Congratulations to Westpeak.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, thank you, Thanatos, and thanks for watching.
Thanks, Albie.